After traveling the better part of last year out of a full-size diesel, I decided to take on the challenge of building my own ultimate adventure vehicle. A rig I can live comfortably out of full-time, hit some sweet jumps, and crawl big rocks. Brought to you in part by ZEON Industries, Icon Vehicle Dynamics, Hellwig Products, Nitto Tire, Max Trax, Magnaflow, Dometic, Nichols Auto Fab, Pack Racks, Nitro Gear and Axle, Max Oak, 6-7 Designs, and coming soon, a home on wheels to make it the first ever Mars expedition vehicle. Oh my gosh, I am so stoked about this Jeep Gladiator, and I'm really excited for you to check out the Jeep Gladiator build series. So let's get it started and jump back to when this thing was stock and we got the worn bumper on in the first few mods. We'll see you there. Oh hey, how's it going everybody? So excited to have you here for the very first Jeep Gladiator modification video. Also very excited to be sitting next to some very high quality ZEON products. Today we're going to be installing the ZEON Elite stubby bumper with the bull bar, the ZEON skid plate. We've got the ZEON ZEON 12S winch that we're going to be throwing in there with the Spydura synthetic line, as well as the Epic Fairlead and the Sidewinder ZEON Epic Shackle in gunmetal. I am just so excited to have these quality products in my hands. And yeah, even more excited though to see how they look on the Jeep. The bumper, I'm very impressed with how light it is. I can easily pick it up on my own. So anyways, let's take this plastic stock front bumper off. So ZEON makes it really easy with install instructions and a bunch of yada yada beforehand. But when you just jump in, one thing I love is they've got the removal instructions for the stock bumper. But so you see steel bumpers, well I have the plastic bumper models. So they've got steel bumpers and plastic bumpers and how to remove them, which to me is great. I was talking to my dad about, he was looking at an install video and they just boom had everything off, and he was like, well, how did you get this harness off, or how did you? So I like that. And then you get right into it, and well, we'll just start pulling bolts and see if we can't just get this thing on there. Take the skid plate off first. It's about 20 pounds. And once you've removed all of these clips, you can take this one, put that to the side, and there. Oh hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the video. About right there. Alrighty, there it is. Then once we're done grinding, we'll do some painting. So we don't want to have to worry about Uncle Rusty coming to town. Oh no, boy. Alright, so we're going to install these carriage bolts right into these 3 squares. Once you get that in order to keep it on, just press on this cool deal. Yeah, see, there we go. So those all just hang out there, and then you put the bumper on and slide these all in. All right, we got all 3 of those guys in. So remove the inner support frame gussets. and these will not be reused, so this is a little bit of weight shaved as well. We also have to take these two bolts out to get our skid plate mounting bracket off, as well as these two bolts to get this skid plate mounting bracket off, and we got to do that on both sides. Alright, it's time to put the ferry lead on. Well, a little bit of a pain, ended up helping a lot to loosen this bracket here to get those nuts on, but I ended up getting it through. So yeah, now we'll just put our little washer and nut on there and slowly cinch these down to bring this front bumper all nice and snug in there. Alrighty. She is looking good, isn't she? So excited to get that winch in there. Okay, so we've got the skid plate mount up here. This is the winch plate mount that's provided from Warren. These are the stock factory bolts. These are bolts that came with the kit. So what we're gonna do, we've got this all loose, the entire bumper, everything is loose right now. We're gonna loosely attach the skid plate here and in all these holes. Then we're gonna fully tighten the bumper up, and then we'll fully tighten the skid. But the idea here is, of course, that we just get all the nuts on and all the bolts in so that we're not fighting anything or going, oh, it needs to move this way or that way to get another bolt in. Alrighty then, let's dive on in. This thing will do for some help. Right, we got the skid plate on and we got all of the bolts tight, which is an awesome feeling. So there's the skid plate. Was a little bit of a bugger. Just took some time. As you can see, this is the new Warren bracket in here. Shaved a little bit of weight there. Of course, we should consider as well, we're going to be adding just under 10 pounds of through the shackle and fair lead. Definitely heavier. So this Warren weighs 70. So 35 pounds more than the stock plastic one though. I'm curious how much the stock steel bumper weighs. It's probably around the same as the Warren. But so we added 35 pounds in the bumper. We added 10 pounds with the shackle and the fair lead. So total add is 45 pounds, but we saved 5 pounds with the skid plate. So total add so far is 40 pounds. The Warren ZEON 12 weighs about 80 pounds. I could have gone with the ZEON 10, but that only would have saved me 5 pounds at 75 pounds. You want your winch to be about 1.5 times the pulling power of the weight of the vehicle. The gross vehicle weight rating on this truck is about 6,200 pounds, and we're gonna be pushing right up to about gross vehicle weight rating with the camper and everything. 1.5 times that's 9,300. So yeah, a 10,000 pound winch would have still been a little bit overcompensating, but I've been in situations in so in the Dodge Mahal, I had a Warren 16.5 Ti, 16,500 pound winch. That truck weighed 10,500 pounds, and I got in a situation where I needed more pulling power. I should have snatch blocked, but we were just in such a hurry, we just hooked up my buddy's Warren 12,000 as well. So I prefer to have a big winch. I've been in plenty of winching scenarios. I've probably winched a total of 30, 35 times, and I learn something every time. I try to do it as safe as possible every time, and you know, I'm no expert, but I've certainly got a lot of experience winching now, and I definitely like having a big, powerful, smart winch like a Warren that will turn off if it ever starts to get too hot, yada yada. So that's the weight gain with the stock plastic front bumper, and added 40 pounds plus the winch, so 120 pounds add. When you compare it to the stock steel bumper though, the Warn Elite bumper and the Warn skid plate actually save you 13 pounds. Then you put your winch in, and of course you're going to add a little bit of weight there. But overall, this setup is lighter than the stock steel front bumper. Now we're about to mount the winch, and we just slide these nuts in the back here so that we can thread through right there. Looks so good with that skid plate though. Oh yeah, time to drop in that wincher. Woo! Ooh, official first look. Look at this Warn ZEON 12S. And the new Warn Elite bumpers. Did you guys know Warn made bumpers? Well, they do. Anyways, first look. Holy cow, she's a ripper. Thanks for watching the first episode in the Down to Mob Jeep Gladiator build series. Comment below, let me know what you think, and do all the stuff. If you think someone thinks it's cool, then you share it with them, you know. The only question really, are you down to mob?